Churchill realized that there is no any other better sport than this one, although it was being spoiled by wrong facts, which some of you are doing. So you know these things started long ago. Some of these facts which are put in the air are not the same as what is on the ground. Proceed.
Have ever attained such a happy
that there has never been where he has ever attained such a realization.
What message do I then do? What message do I then do? I bring back.
What message does he take back to his British people?
Concentrate on Uganda.
Concentrate on Uganda. Now let me tell Ugandans, don't think about what is happening in Europe, European Union, America. Concentrate on Uganda, a wonderful country. Finish the last part.
For magnificence, variety of form, and color, profusion of brilliant light, like birds, insects, reptiles, beasts, for vast scale. Uganda is truly the pearl of Africa. Uganda is truly the pearl of Africa. The last one. At the end of his journey in 19...
That was when he was shocked. It shocked him and beat him. Yamukuba.
At the end of his journey in 1908, he made his concluding observation thus, in quotes, "My journey is at an end. The tale is told, and the reader who has followed so faithfully and so far has the right to ask."
Speak louder so that they can all hear.
At the end of his journey in 1908, he made his concluding observation thus, open the quotes, "My journey is at the end. The tale is told, and the reader who has followed so carefully and so far has the right to ask what message I bring back. It can be stated in 3 words. Concentrate upon Uganda. My counsel plainly is concentrate upon Uganda. Nowhere else in Africa will a little money go so far. Nowhere else.
Hear that, you know, some of you are thinking that there are better things elsewhere. As then, many of these people who have been going to look for JO and all that, they end up coming back and saying that they found it is better to invest here than try to invest elsewhere.
Nowhere else will the result be more brilliant, more substantial, or more rapidly
realized. You who are holding Uganda in a negative, hear how others are admiring it as others then.
Uganda is from end to end one beautiful garden.
Uganda is from end to end one beautiful garden,
where the stable food of the people grows almost without labor.
This is, you see, you don't know what. I am bringing this to you so that something is cleaned from your negativity. Here, food is easily realized. Our staple food, our farmers who are right there, who are not following your social media, are happily producing their food and enjoying themselves. It's you who have mental difficulties of what you put in your heads. Proceed, finish it.
Does this not sound like paradise on earth?
You see,
it is the pearl.
It is the pearl of Africa.
While this is what Churchill saw in...
No, you can stop there. Okay, thank you very much. Now, all I wanted to say is love your country. I was talking about the good side of Uganda. If you decide to look at the negative side of Uganda, there is too much. There are bad things because there are bad people in Uganda like elsewhere in the world. But if you emphasize the good side and promote it, you will see much more. So I really want to thank you for me to engage you since you called me and you want us to share so that we find how we partner. I start on the patriotic consideration of you as young people, that let's look for the future. That question of where we have come from, where we are now, we are at the best of our times in your generation. You have had a good foundation. Everything is in place. The infrastructure, the electricity, the education, everything else is improving. It is your challenge now to do better by promoting Uganda using your media and helping the members of parliament to come together so that we concentrate on more serious issues than spend a lot of time on friction, confusion, non-issues. With those few words, and knowing that you are hungry. Now, what we have agreed is that let's make it, as I've told you, for us we had 5 years of sitting down to discuss. I am willing that we have more discussion. It doesn't have to be with these cameras. I didn't even know you are really going to. I want us to have more time of discussion. You ask questions, you put us on the carpet, and we should be able to explain why not. Because that is, you are entitled, only that we have not been having this interaction, and we have realized it's a gap. Yes, so we are willing to engage, we are willing to come close, we are willing to guide. Now, I want to finish, and I remember one thing which I share with young parliamentarians. In the 6th Parliament, they started the Young Parliamentarians Association. And these young parliamentarians were very excited. Because many young people had come in the parliament. That was the first time, and it was phenomenal. They are not even many as they are now. They are much more now. So they started saying, no, it's now our time. We want to take charge. You Deadwood should go. I said, Deadwood, be careful. My friends, go slowly. I called them up in the lobby, in the restaurant, a few of them, and I told them, you know the trick. Don't threaten these old people. They are very dangerous. Because they are very entrenched, they are very powerful, they are very knowledgeable, they are very experienced. The best you can do is to befriend them so that you understand them, they trust you, you learn from them, they share with you the knowledge, and then they will even give you power because you are not threatening them. But the moment you start throwing stones at your father's house, he's very, very, very dangerous. He can, in our cultures, he could easily, there's a good word, okuchwa, excommunicate you, or what is the word is, disinherit you. He can disinherit you. In Banyakore we call it okuchwa. You can even, you remember the other one in the Bible who asked for his things, that give me my things now. I have been seeing people saying, we want our youth, this is now our time because we have numbers. One old man, his son had prospered and become very prosperous and built a house bigger than his father, had a bigger farm than his father, had a bigger car than his father. Then, when the father was telling him something, the boy said, what do you have more than I have? The father looked at him and laughed. And he said, why do you have all those? At least you don't have a son like you. Young people, why do you have all those ideas? What I was telling the young parliamentarians, we have not yet created a generation like you, which we have created. This is our pride. You are our pride. And that's what we were sacrificing for. We were sacrificing that we would create a new generation of people who will grow up in peace, who will develop a different Uganda, and we have achieved it, and we are very happy about it. Now it's your time, but handle your affairs carefully. Thank you. I know this is when I ask you to ask questions, that is your most exciting time. Can we take only 5 because really we have stayed for long?
Starting with me, General?
Yes.
Thank you very much. My name is Herbert Zewa. I work with NTV. I would like to thank you once again for the opportunity and this interesting interaction we've had with you. And I hope we'll have more in the near future at a close range or personal level. And we hope that it will improve the way we do our work in Parliament. But my humble request before I ask any question is to you and the rest of the people in government, the ministers and maybe members of Parliament on the NRM side. I don't know why they fear us. I don't know, it's my experience as a journalist working at Parliament. Even on simple issues, they make themselves unavailable. Even on matters that concern government, they are nowhere to be seen. And the opposition, they grab the opportunity with open arms. It's not that we only want to cover unbalanced news and get unbalanced stories, but sometimes circumstances force us that you have a duty as a journalist to inform the public. If one side is not willing to give you information, what do you do? Sometimes you have to be forced to go with what you have. So how I wish that, Honorable Minister, you can encourage your colleagues to often come out and give information to us. I can give you a very simple example. Even when something has been discussed on the floor, for example, if something is to do with Murat or the new Murat, you can hardly get the minister out to come and explain to you what exactly Murat is about. You have to beg and ask for an interview for 4 hours, 6 hours, you can't get it. What do you do as a journalist? You're racing against time, you have a deadline to beat, you give up until maybe someone comes at the media center to give you information. They don't come, that is it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, I can give you another very simple example. The mobile money tax that we have. In the process of its implementation, nobody was willing to come out and give information on how it came about. Whether it was a mistake, we're not supposed to have taxes in the process, for all processes. Nobody was willing to come out until something was blown out of proportion that people were now willing to give information on how it can be avoided. It would have been avoided. I would say much and much about how some people in government are not willing to cooperate with us and give information. But anyway, to the questions, I can't leave this place without asking you as a security minister about the events that have been happening in Entebbe and the rest of the parts in Kampala. What has really happened in Entebbe? Where is Bobi Wine right now? How has he been handled? Has he been arrested at arrival or something else has happened? And then secondly, of late we've seen security officers, the army, moving with sticks. Someone has a gun and a very big stick. Is this now a new weapon they are having with them to ensure order, and maybe how are they procured? Okay. And then lastly, just one more. You never know, they might capture what other members were about to ask. About Bobi Wine, from today onwards, will he have his freedom as any other ordinary Ugandan to move freely without the blue van following him, police motorbikes following him? Thank you very much.
Okay. I think
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, General. My name is Ivan and I work with NBS. I want to go to key issues. Also want to thank you for the opportunity for this engagement. I think it's the first, but hopefully we shall have more of them to see that we can interact and then see the way forward for the whole relationship between government, especially your ministry, and then the media.
General, I'm getting the question. We are seeing the growing trend of political interest in the country. We have elaborated that they have given us a brief of where we have come from, where Uganda is and where we think Uganda is going. But as a general, was in the bush and carried an inside of security. What's your take on this growing political interest in the country that as government? How do you intend to address these situations? Because Ugandans are very worried. They don't know what is next. That's why even if you are giving information that investors are still in the country, but we also have reports within government entities showing that majority of the investors have started shutting accounts because of that political social in the country.
No, actually what is happening, if I may, wait. What is happening is tolerating too much indiscipline. It is tolerating too much indiscipline that is more of a problem. Because if it is political issues, nobody in Uganda has been stopped to engage his political rights. But it's you, the journalists, who have created that scare, even when you yourselves are enjoying that tolerance. Actually, there is too much tolerance that has caused the problem and has encouraged indiscipline than what you are saying or are trying to allege. Because that campaign, that there is growing intolerance, this is not the dictatorship that people talk about. If you want to know what a dictatorship is about, if you want to know what intolerance is about, there will not be this is happening. And I can go to the point even of your colleague which he has asked about seeing soldiers walking with sticks. Normally the police go with batons, more dangerous, short, to knock your ankles and your elbows and to arrest you if there is a need. The sticks is short of the gun which the man is carrying. So this is, and there is a provision in the law which allows minimum force where necessary. Because if he's not going to use the gun, how does he apprehend you if he doesn't have something to use? Because you should go to other, all officers are always by the way carry a stick in addition to the gun. Now, if you are dealing with indisciplined people who will come and burn a tire and run away, and you have to run after him, you need the easiest method to apprehend him. So there are no apologies for carrying the stick. It is shorter than using the gun or the live bullet. Then you can go to the open market and buy. And they are not provided for in the budget of the military. But they, at least, if once they are forced to come into a situation which you have created, you see, there are these questions. Everything is who has caused the problem. Instead of concentrating on how you are handling that problem, you cause a problem, and you, instead of concentrating on who has caused the problem, you spend more time on how the problem was handled. Banyankole say that a head is shaved according to its shape. If the problem is rioting, it will be handled as how you deal with rioters. So that one, there are no apologies for using minimum force where necessary. I am coming slowly backwards. Bobby Wine, for your information, is safely home, and he will enjoy his rights as provided by the Constitution. And I agree with you that sometimes the NRM officials have not been available for the media as you want them. But I think you have now an improvement, at least seen that they are the media center is a more regular thing because it is organized, it is sometimes perhaps how you want them. And I would encourage you, everything improves, It's not the end of the world. If you want a minister, arrange with him. If you meet him on the way and he's in a rush or something, so I don't want to plead for them, but we take the criticism, and we have also been discussing it, that you should be available for the media to answer those questions. And for covering things, you are always invited, like when Malago was being called. So sometimes it is wanting to insist on what you want them to say when they don't want to say it. But I am encouraging this dialogue to continue, and we shall have more as you have requested. Next. Yes?
Thank you, General. Before I ask my one question, allow me also to actually commend you for having this kind of engagement. Oftentimes you have actually been so harsh on media, and you have always complained how we have been very unfair in our reporting. And I think this is a step towards having a better kind of reporting, and you are our friend. And I think sometimes there is always a misconception that you're a grandfather and some of us are parents. When you have a kid at home, and there's always this young kid, very naughty at home, and every time you're so harsh on them, you stupid boy, you what, call them all sorts of names. I think there was a time in which when they will grow up knowing that I think me, I'm just stupid, no one appreciates me. But I think if you come out to once in a while give credit where it's worth actually, we are ready to improve on our reporting, because I don't know, you say that some journalists are paid to, I don't know, it's also out of emotional speaking, but I
have facts.
I don't know, but I think for some of us who are not actually paid to do that, we feel so offended, because we are trying to do our best, and we are being accused of being receiving money, which is not the case. So I think this kind of interaction, we can actually keep it up, and we'll actually appreciate what we are doing. The question is that it actually goes back to how we journalists are actually being treated. Maybe that sometimes explains why we do things the way we don't want. Is that each time we try to do our work, we are being harassed by security. Every now and then, as I actually even today, some journalists who were taken who try to go to the airport were actually detained, and I would like you to try to throw some light on that. But otherwise, we are ready, and an example is the office of the government chief whip. We have been working closely, and we are actually very excited that the Ministry of Defense and of Security has also come on board. And my request is that being a security, you say UPDF is your life, and I know UPDF is doing a lot of projects that we think these young journalists in this house can actually try to tap in. We are trying to benefit from operational operation, and we thought now that we have you on board, it can actually be broader, and we can try to benefit from some of these projects that UPDF is doing, and see if we can also try to improve on our livelihood. Because that's one thing, major thing that disturbs this profession. When I was at university, my professor was actually very, very open to us, and told us, you people, I hope you guys are in for journalism because of passion. Because there is no money. And we have tested the waters, and surely. So when we have people like you around us, we feel energized that sooner or later we shall be swimming in clean water.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. I really I've not been very harsh to the media. I have been telling you what I think is the truth. And the truth I've been saying is that really some of these are occupational hazards. If you go in the rain or you go in a riot, they are occupational hazards. You really are in the conditions, the same conditions with these soldiers. Because for themselves, they themselves are also at risk from even the rioters. You remember the other day they killed a policeman with stones. So really, and sometimes you're also dying to get that real fast, to be the first one to get there, even when they are telling you stop and you don't. So there is no deliberate anger or anonymity against the press. But whenever the situation comes, sometimes you find we haven't all arranged properly. Like when we discussed, because we had a good discussion with the other journalists, We've been having meetings with the Uganda Journalists Association. I think this is now the 4th meeting of looking for ways of how to harmonize. Because we have no interest in fighting with media or what. There's no reason. We are all in a struggle to improve Uganda. So I really want to assure you that we shall do everything possible to harmonize and improve the relationship. And we have balanced up in a way. You have found how bad it is to be blamed when you are not part of it. You see, the moment I said some, you saw how it affected you, like when you allege UPDF as a blanket, and how it affects me. So that's a good thing that we should, where the individual has made a mistake, we should say so and so, rather than say or the media or the press. Now, UPDF projects and you benefiting from it, like wealth creation. I offered I'm going to give some of my maize, they allocate us maize to distribute. Those who would like, I can give you some of my maize seeds, those who want. Now, you know what the results, there was this campaign. For you are not patient. I really want to encourage you to be. There was this campaign against Operation Wealth Creation. Oh, they are not delivering. Oh, they have this mistake. Oh, the seeds are not growing. Now, the seeds grew so much that there is now a bumper harvest as a result of Operation Wealth Creation. Really, mainly. Because apart from the good weather and the rain, this time the seeds reached everywhere. And we are very proud with them. And why not? If you organize it, why we could arrange things through Operation Wealth Creation for the journalists? And that's what I've been encouraging them. I always say the future belongs to the organized. If you came together, organized Wuja, I actually donated 10 million for a start, that they start and at least improve on I think before your other the recent elections, and I want to thank you for your elections, which were very good.
We are not part.
You don't participate in that one. Yours is a separate. Now, for you, we can deal with you even better. I could mobilize my members of my friends and even the chief whip, and we see how to help your association. Well, if you are organized, I promise. Yes, I promise you are very near things better than the others, and I can promise we shall do what we can. Count on me. Yes.
Yes, thank you, General.
I don't get your name, brother. Patrick.
I am also the chairperson of
okay.
Yes, my name is Henry Chai. Mine, I have two burning issue, which the other time I remember I tried to explain to you, I think for some few minutes, and we changed to another topic. My main issue is, since all the journalists they are here, they are very important for you. And the issue, the way which you are, I think now you are also part of the cabinet now. The cabinet people, they are not thinking about these journalists which they are here, because they can bring some bill, they hide with the bill, they find the bill is really in the parliament. So that when they involve in journalists to know that this bill is coming, the good and the bad part of this bill is A, B, C, D, so that the journalists know how to cover those bills well. But the moment you either way on your meeting there, you talk, then they think really in the flow. Now journalists talk badly. I say they are not professional because they're covered, but you let them out.
But for Parliament, really, I thought you have this information, because we even upload these statements on the iPads of MPs. Okay. Now, then the parliamentary media section could give it to you.
And the second part of it, we need, since you're the one who is now a good friend to us now, you should bring also the CDF.
With very serious caution.
Yeah, the CDF should come in and
No,
and IGP.
they are very interested.
Because there are some issues which is going to
different people. No, let me assure you. Even the last time when I met the UJA, I met them with the UPD, with the CDF, and in our Security Council, our Security Committee, we have realized that there is this gap of no contact, and we are willing. That's why you are even seeing we had certain media briefings, so that because you have a role to play, a wonderful, important role to play for our country, and we would like you to play it without having these biases. And feel free. For you who think that I was telling the Electoral Commission, people were interviewing me, there is nobody more interested in the peace and democracy of this country than us. You have just come around. For us who are struggling to have this situation come around at our cost, at whatever price, and therefore nobody can claim that you want to, you are more democratic, or you are more interested in having the peace and democracy of this than us. Not at all. We were the ones, we don't know how much we are stretching like now to make sure all these who wanted to riot find how to contain them without affecting them, without beating them. It's not that easy, because some of you are very riotous. It's very, very, but to contain you and deal with you and handle you with care at the same time, so that people can do their businesses and they are not interrupted, it is not easy. So it's good for, if we interact, you will also appreciate the difficult situation in which we are operating, and we should also appreciate the situation in which you are operating.
One question.
Yes?
Thank you so much for your time. My name is Apollo. I work within General, you've talked about the declining level of debate in Parliament and, of course, journalism as a profession. And I would ask, don't you think this could be a consequence of a bigger situation outside Parliament and journalist fraternity? And you are a journalist. What do you think about the need for a transition, a smooth transition? Wouldn't it be because people maybe are getting, of course, fatigue from the longevity of one government in power? What do you think, Jim? Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, I like the word "may be" because you are not emphatic there, and that allows chance to speak, to think. When you say "maybe," I agree, maybe, but maybe not. So it is a 50-50. Now, on the question of the level of debate, the level of debate is not because there is something bigger, a bigger problem. I have already told you, the level of debate is going down because of tolerating indiscipline. That is the main reason. In this parliament, everybody stands up. They now even go into the ear of the speaker. You find indiscipline, which I have not used to, and I am seeing it going down. And on the transition, why you are saying maybe, the Constitution is very clear about transition. There are methods of work. One of the lessons we used to teach in the bush is how to deal with a difficult boss. How do you work with a difficult boss? As a method of work, because we are providing a method of how things should be done, because we had intellectuals who had come from universities who were always thinking that they know a lot, and there were these commanders who were the commanding officers, and then these people would think they were the ones who would want to bring things around and know Abasoma, you know how you think, you know everything. So we taught them that there are ways in which you can do it. If you have a difficult boss, the best is you go to him, first of all, give him respect. Salute, and say that I have an idea which I would like you to bring into our unit. Don't come and say, I have an idea which I would like to bring in our unit. You say, I have an idea which I would like you to, so that he's the one who has done what? The boss is the one who is going to bring that idea. And you explain to him or you give it to him, and he either decides to put it here or to read it, and you go back. If he hasn't done anything, you come back, sir, did you have time to look at that idea? He may say, oh, no, I was so busy, Now, you say, can I explain it to you and then you can explain, and then he could say, when you go to the parade, you could then say, okay, come and explain. And when he calls you to come and explain, don't say, I have brought an idea in the unit. No. You say, Afande has a very good idea, which he has asked me to explain, and I think it's a very good idea, and this is what it is. So that you have achieved that unity for the whole unit. You have not created conflict. You have given him his respect, but you have achieved your purpose. Now, the methods of work. Transition is very clear in the Constitution. There is one way for removing one leader and putting another one. Elections. Vote. Work hard. Convince people to vote for you and remove the one whom you think is not the right one. That is very, very difficult to start judging now and changing by using. So what can we do? If there is no bad debate, there is some major problem somewhere which is affecting the debate. Now do we raise our hands and say, okay, Parliament should stop, let a new president be there or a new leader? Because they must follow the Constitution, we must follow the method of work provided for any job in the leadership, political leadership, is through the vote. Work hard there. Last one? Last one, okay. Oh, we haven't had a lady. Yes. Gender. Okay, I will give you yours.
Yes, I'm called Samla Hanifa from
Samla?
You talked of Samla Hanifa. You talked of being patriotic and promoting Uganda. Now, for example, look at Minister of Funds. When they come to media center, they talk about so many things that Uganda has. We have this and this, but journalists are not involved. We don't see these things. We are not taken to see, to show the world, to show what we have. Even when they talk about it, even when we insist on going with them, we are not taken. We are not encouraged to promote our country. We are not facilitated at all. Okay. They take journalists. What is really going to encourage us to promote our country when our own government does not take us seriously?
That's a very good question. There are things where I want to jump up. One thing I want to jump up, anybody who is willing to promote Uganda, let's find how to do it. And I agree, the Minister of Tourism should actually gather all our journalists and take them to all these places so that you broadcast the wonderful aspects of Uganda. Count on me, I am going to mobilize. How many are interested in promoting Uganda? Amina. Because to me that's primary number one. That's aspect number one. I'm going to take it on. I will report back. Last one.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Again, as senior security officer in this country, really, when I was coming from home,
you are who?
I'm Fred Kajibi from
Fred Kajibi.
When I was coming from home today in the morning, the situation on the roads in Kampala was really scary. And was over. Is this deployment justifiable really in a country which is peaceful? Because they have said it is journalists who exaggerate the situation, that the situation is okay. Now the situation is okay. This deployment, is it really justified? And is it that the army is now taking over the role of the police? Because this would have been the work of the police. And it has even scared out some people They close their shops and go back home, thinking that the situation is going to be worse. Thank you so much.
No, it's not true that the military is taking over the role of police. But as I have said, where there is a need, the army comes in to support the police. And I'm sure you know, really, that there were people, it was not a secret, who are threatening to demonstrate, to have processions, to disrupt the peace of the people in Kampala. It's not a secret. And therefore, when we deploy because for a specific situation, it does not mean that the country is not at peace. It is actually to guarantee that peace more. And we are not apologetic about doing whatever is necessary so that people of Uganda are not disrupted. Like today has passed, everybody, wherever he was, has remained peaceful, but the plans were there, T-shirts were printed, people were planning to do terrible things, they were threatening to burn fuel stations. For what? Is the question, for what? So, when there is a need, then the employment is good. And you have not had anybody beaten, you have not had. So we really, that's what will show that we can have peace with everybody, even if we are around. The UPDF has been strongly grilled to be a pro-people's army. And I can trust you, I can tell you confidently that where they are forced or where you even get some indiscipline is sometimes when they are provoked. I have not found the details of the fishermen whose boats were being banned. But while that is being investigated, I want to show you the positive side. Fish factories are now open again, which had closed because of the illegal fishing that was going on in Lake Victoria. And that's what was called to stop that big danger to our economy. But now, the fish factories are reopening because fish is back. So, sometimes, when you are trying to do something good, something bad comes in it. But we are investigating if there was indiscipline. We don't condone indiscipline. We don't condone torture. We don't condone mistreatment of our people. The pillar number one of the UPDF is our relationship with the public. And we really have done a lot. We have executed our members, firing squad, just to ensure guarantee of that relationship. So really, I want to promise that let's work together. Let's use, you have those gadgets which you really promote. For us, it's not that easy. It has taken me all this time to try and explain it to you, but for you, tweet quickly, it goes. So I will call upon you that I'm really, and I have enjoyed. Me, I have no problem with any of you. I don't know you, because if you hate me, it's your problem. But I have enjoyed seeing that we can work with anybody. And if there is a problem, there is only one method. Things happen when people meet. The problem you are having, you don't have enough time even to meet as your own association. I don't know how regularly you meet. If you are meeting more regularly, you will find that you will solve more problems. Because once minds are put together, like I'm taking this as a serious partnership. Do you mean it or you are just... We
mean it.
Yes. So we can have, at least we are now meeting with other journalists on a weekly basis, but we can have yours like bi-weekly.
Yeah,
bi-weekly, you organize. When we start to make it regular, you can have topics discussed. We get somebody presenting to us on some subject. We respond. I don't have to be the one always to speak. And we can engage others so that we use the opportunity we have of being near, of being in Parliament, to strengthen your future. Because all that I have in my head, I cannot power it in 1 hour. But if I would leave it with you, then I will have left it for my children. Because you will not only organize it well, but you will transmit it better than I can. So I really appeal to you. Really don't think We have no enmity. We don't have any bad feelings about journalists. We know you are playing your role, and we are excited because I was being told the numbers of journalists. You are very many. You are very many. And you can play a very big role. Like she has asked about promoting Uganda. I said, all of you count me on. You will see how we will do it. Yes, if it needs us contributing even towards it, we shall. So that when we are doing our currency, this money you have, I'm the one who designed it. We went around the country. Yes, these notes, the family of notes you have, we designed it with my art company. Now, we were concerned that they were printing things which were not showing our country. And we had to go around the whole of Uganda to make sure we get the unique things for each area. The rock painting in Soroti, the gorillas in Windi, the animals in... We went around the country and they are wonderful places. If you go to Fort Portal, those crater lakes, and all of you were to capture those sceneries, the world would really be informed of how beautiful our country is. I thank you very much.
Can we have just general a brief Muganda? Bobi
Wine atuuse ku kisaawe, poliisi nga bwe yababuulidde ku mawulire, bababuulidde balangiridde nti tewagala kubeerawo bantu kwekunga ku nguudo wawa. Atuuse awaka we ali bulungi talina.
Politics bamujje mu security eggwanga lyaffe ligenda kukola ki kufuna obuzibu. Nze omuntu wa wansi atuula wansi ku ttaka ssebo, nze ngenda okuweerera omwana oyo ng'onzimbidde essomero lya kalina.
Naye ne gavumenti oba eri munkwe etubuzaabuza. Tekutula eri awo tulaga eno tulaga eno. Esayidi katale. Kakati abantu ate koona abantu basalinga badde eno nga badde eno emmotoka zibakoone awantu atwaka gavumenti etekawo sente wetulaba ambulensi zetuzibira omuntu n'awulira akagombe ka ambulensi ng'ereeta mulwadde n'alemera mu kkubo.
This is season 2 of Battle for Cash. Hundreds applied to take part in this business reality show, but only 20 DFCU investment clubs have been selected for this unique opportunity.
Presenting Kasava Environmental Group, Oyster Investment Club, and the Alpha and Omega.
From the Kawempe Policewomen Culture Group.
We are from Akuna Mchezo.
They're vying to win 30 million shillings, 20 million shillings, there's 15 million shillings and lots of other cash prizes. There's also that study tour to Nairobi and 1 year of business advisory services from PricewaterhouseCoopers. But they have to pitch and impress judges every single week.
We should think beyond the pitch and giving back to the community.
We train and we make.
Go through grueling tasks and survive elimination.
In 1 second, tell me what you want.
Why would I put in money if I know you're not clear on where you want to put it?
I'm sorry, but I don't get that. I don't know whether you're in the business of research.
So will these investors take the stress of working together? This is Battle for Cash Season 2.
On the next episode is brought to you by
Kiri Soda.
On the next episode,
Alessandro, this morning I wanted to tell you something. Something that I hid from you and it pains me. You and I, We'll never be able to have children. Won't have any credit left.
Just look at that.
Look what just landed here. A little angel.
Cover some company, beautiful?
Sweetheart.
Why are you alone?
Soda in 4 different flavors: lemon, mixed berry, orange, and Kiri Cola. Celebrate life with Kiri Soda.
I'm going to start by saying this is an artist that makes us very, very hungry as her fans. But by the time she starts, be ready to eat dinner, dessert, and even carry leftovers back home. And this is exactly what Juliana Kanyomozi does. You will not find her at every popular gig around town, but the time she says, I'm going to come sing for you live, she will mean it, and she'll give you what you've been wanting. It is give the people what they want situation here. Juliana was live in concert at Cayenne over the weekend, and of course, she killed it. No questions about it. So if you're arguing, let's take you there to show you what Juliana did at her live concert.
I've been following her since I was young. I look up to her. She's an inspiration to all the women.
Because I just lost my son. So I was very, very depressed. But because I came out of that, I was like, wow, I'm still here. So then I sang that song.
Let me say, first of all, I'm so humbled to stay on the same stage. Juliana Kwabade, she's such an inspiration to me personally, and selector. It's party time, you know that? Want it? Hey. Let go. You keep me with it. Yeah. Anytime you know. You don't just live, you know. But who got to start? Well, then make me your number. Make me your everything. Cause I want you to my next. If you say you love me so much, I will free the better. It's fine. Come and take away this. I feel it. Come and take away this.
know that music and comedy go hand in hand, but if you throw in a drink in there, it's going to be bloody and on fire. This is what exactly UG Pineapple is doing. They're taking us on a well put together comedy tour across the country. The first stop was in Gulu, which we logged in for to first see exactly what is going to happen when you have a musician, comedians, and then a drink in there.